Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from SweetStamper.com. That is my blog. That's where you can find me anytime, is at SweetStamper.com. And I'm happy to be with you tonight. It is time for Thursday night stamping, and I have some fun projects to share with you. We are going to be doing a little bit of Christmas in July. So let me grab my white scrap. That's the one thing I forgot to pack. And I'm waiting to see who is going to join me live tonight. Welcome, welcome. Got lots to show you. And we are going to make a couple of cards with kind of a Christmas mood without being actual Christmas. And there is method in my madness, which I will tell you about. So we had just got off the phone, as it were. We were doing FaceTime with our one of our granddaughters up in Virginia. So her older siblings are doing a church camp, and she's home with Mama. And so we had just some time for Abby, and that's fun because a lot of times we do FaceTime with all three of them, and it's a little chaotic. So Abby is 10, and she's a lot of fun. So hello, hello, and welcome, Kathy, and welcome to Corinne and Jackie. And Corinne's asking, yes, the demonstrator event does have a cost. So it's on the registration link, Corinne. And it is a fabulous event. I've been doing this particular event I've been doing for a while. And so we have some display stampers. And it's really my team. It's geared towards my team, but I do open up to outside demonstrators. And hi, Linda. So we have a lot of amazing displays. We make some awesome projects. You do get a goodie bag of new holiday catalog supplies that you're going to be using and on your projects, and you'll have more to take home. So it's actually a really good event. We do swapping, kind of convention style, so you can swap with your fellow demonstrators. That's totally optional. But yeah, it's a good event. I would love for anybody who is a current demonstrator is welcome to join me on September I think it's the 7th. It's the first Saturday in September. So that is in the local area here in San Antonio. I do have a to-go package, and we do videotape the sessions so that anybody who wants to join us from afar can do that. And I do have people who've been taking my kit to go ever since I started it. So, okay, let me show you what's what. So this is Candy's Card Club for the August package has launched. And these are the cards. You may have seen the video where I showed them. And one of the things I like to do with this is really, well, not like, let me put it this way. My aim with this is to deliver three things: versatility, variety, and value. So I'm going to take, this is one set of cards. I'm going to actually case these cards tonight. And we're going to go into a Christmas mood with these. And so this is the package. You get everything you need for these 8 cards. I mean, I do the die cutting for you. All of these dies are done for you. The only thing you're going to do is cut these pieces of designer paper. You get your 8 envelopes. You get these fabulous transparent dots. These were on back order. Then they came back for about a hot minute, and then they were gone again, and they were back yesterday or the day we had free shipping, and I grabbed them. So I'm also giving you a regular and a pack of, well, not a pack, a sheet of regular and mini dimensionals. Our Stampin' Dimensionals are awesome. And if you've never used them, it's a great time to try them out. Welcome, Kelly and Jolene. And yes, Corinne, a lot of times people's, demonstrators, we have an upline who lives somewhere else, and so you can't attend those events. And that's why I open up the demonstrator gathering to what I call outside or other team demonstrators. So with this kit, you also get a half a package of this gorgeous designer paper, and you also get a couple of yards of this really fun polka dotted burlap trim. So I'm going to use everything that's in this kit, and I'm going to make a couple of Christmassy mood cards. Now, obviously, I'm going to be using different inks, but let me show you what you can do with this kit and with a couple of the layouts from the kit. Okay, so let's see. Before I do that, let me show you really quick. My link for Candy's Card Club is here, and it is a subscription, but you can also do just a single month. And there are people who, you know, just pop in and out. If you subscribe, you do get some loyalty rewards. Oh, so I'm using this paper and this dots, but I'm using the bundle. I sometimes like to mix and match. So I'm using the Country Flowers bundle, and what I wanted to show you is you see how it looks so different based on the color schemes that you're using. So this is the bundle that I'm using for my card club this month, but I'm using totally different colors and papers. But that's what I like with regard to versatility, that you can take this bundle and you can use it with other things and in other ways. So welcome, Catherine and Crystal. Okay, so I'm taking this and I'm actually casing it, although I realize I cut this little designer paper on my new ones a little bit, I cut it a little bit short. But it's basically this layout. So let's see what we can do about making these a little bit of a Christmas mood. And what I mean by that is when I was doing Facebook Live, I don't know, a week or two ago, I was talking about having some people in your life for whom you would actually send a card a week in December. And I think that would be really fun. I'm actually going to adopt that for my grandkids that live in Virginia. I think it's also really good for people who, I don't know about you, but I encounter people who really struggle during the holidays. And my heart goes out to them because, you know, while everybody, a lot of people are very joyful during that time and they're having a great time. And there's other people who are really, you know, it's bittersweet for them. They're missing their loved ones. And so that's a little bit of where I want to go tonight. In addition, I have 2 friends born on Christmas Day and numerous friends who have December birthdays. And I know that they oftentimes feel like their birthday gets overlooked because of Christmas. And so I want to make sure that I can have some cards that will make them feel really special, but still kind of have a little bit of that December Christmassy feel. Hey, Lisa, I'm glad you could join me live today. Yay, yay. So I am using my Memento ink and just some scraps here of basic white cardstock. And then I am going to put totally different inks on these. Now, and I'm using my Stampin' Blends. What I'm going to do while that's drying, I know that technically it dries very quickly. I will say I just inked these pads, and they're, you know, I don't know if you've ever had the experience, but you can start blending these with blend markers, and if they're not dry, yeah, you are going to have some smearing, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these set up. So this is a Poppy Parade card base. Poppy Parade is my favorite of our reds. Having said that, all of our reds really work together. You can use all 3 of them together. And I'm going to show you how to shade with them a little bit tonight. So there is going to be card number 1. And let's go ahead and put this down. Now you see on my original, or what I'm casing from, I brought the designer paper all the way to the edge, and I didn't on this one. So I'm going to have a little bit more white peeking out, and that's going to be okay. And this is the To Market Designer Series paper. Love, love, love this paper. The bundle is just not my cup of tea, but I do love the paper, and I do love the dots. So we are going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put this down. Now, let me give you a little tip on this. I initially thought that I could use my Tear and Tape Plus with this, but to be honest, and that's what's here, it shines, the shininess shines through, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use mini glue dots and just keep them more to the edge. And I do like this, I like this trim a lot. It's definitely, for me, you're not going to tie it very much. You might like tie it in a little knot, but this is not bow material. Now, let's see. I think I'm going to bring it all the way down. Maybe I'll bring it up here. I need to bring this out just a little bit more. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put my greeting on here, and I'll show you what I mean about the kind of card that I'm going to send. So I am bringing in You're in My Thoughts Today from Thoughtful Expressions, very aptly named, because I think, you know, again, when people are struggling a little bit during the holidays, this is a great card for them. Now, I do want to stamp this first on a little bit of scrap paper to make sure I've mounted it straight. Oh, yeah. Although, this kind of looks like it needs a little bit of... Let me try it out first. I think it might need re-inking. It seems like everything in my studio needs to be re-inked right now. I don't know what the deal is. But I do... Oh, yeah, it's okay. One of my pet peeves is ink pads that are not re-inked, because you just, yeah. You've gone to you have this beautiful card, and then you have this stamped image that's just a little bit faint, and it doesn't work for me. Oh, Kelly, I'm glad. Yeah, you're not keen on the 2 Market stamps. Yeah, they're just not my cup of tea. But I do love the paper. And I mostly like the B side of the paper. Some of them I like the A side as well. So now you can already see, well, we've got a Christmas vibe going. Now we're going to do another one as well. And this one, we're going to do real red. You can see the difference side by side. Poppy Parade is a very orangey red. And I'm just doing a pop. I love red and white for the holidays. It's just my favorite. And this has little cherry tomatoes. So I'm just going to pop that over and use, this one's going to have a more subtle background. This one has that super bright, happy plaid. Love, love, love the plaids. So let's go ahead and put this down here. Yes, Corinne, you're right. The dots would be great for your Halloween things, because these are Blackberry Bliss, and then you have 2 different great greens. I say great greens. I think this is Garden Green, and these are Lemon Lime Twist. And then you have those clear ones that are really, they're kind of milky, to be honest. A little bit kind of, yeah, milky, for lack of a better word. Okay, so we did one greeting. Now we're going to do another one that is a Christmas vibe, most assuredly. So, Merriest Trees. Hola, Adriana. I'm so glad you've joined us. So this was a bundle in the catalog last year. It has carried over. Hey, Mary Ellen, welcome from hot Montana. Welcome from hot Texas, although it's cooler than typical for this time of year. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. I think that's a nice one. Again, if I don't want to go full on Merry Christmas with somebody who's maybe struggling a little bit, I think this one, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. If your home is a little bit lonely because, you know, you've lost someone, that would be a good one. So I'm going to grab this, and this time I think I'm going to offset it. So on my original, or the cards I'm casing, this card I offset it, and this card I put it in the middle, and both of them I offset the table. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so we're doing a little more Garden Green, and then we'll be ready to color. Do just a little bit. The other thing I like about this Country Flowers is I do love florals. I guess I haven't stuck that down yet. I do love florals, and I like them in just about every color under the sun, but I don't want to spend a long time coloring them. Ay, see, this is what's happening. Whoops, oh, Lord have mercy. Sorry about that. Okay, this is gonna have to be popped. Let me show you my little trick here. Don't know what I'm doing. I think this ink pad probably does need to be re-inked, but let's see what we can do. I may have to get a whole new piece, but I'm going to try to just ink this baby up a little bit more. I may have just not pressed hard enough. May have been user error on that one, so let's see how we can do. Let's see if we can salvage this piece of basic white. Yeah, it is. I will say the font has very pale lines. So all I'm going to do is pop this on the, Okay, it's going to be one of those demonstrations where I'm going to make several boo-boos. Hey, Lena, welcome, welcome. You're just in time to see my boo-boos. Okay, so thankfully this is still, yeah. Okay. You know, when you're working, especially with white cardstock, you do have to be mindful of catching ink from other places that you didn't mean for it to be. Now I'm just going to, oh, this is a, I pulled this out of my, I think this was supposed to be a fun fold card. Well, we will work with it anyway. I may have to whack the top off. Okay, so now I can bring this back and let's see. Is that going to work? Or am I going to have to start over? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Yep, there we go. Okay, well, let's move it over just a wee bit. Got a little bit of green ink coming out, and I'm also not totally centered. I will say, our adhesives, whether you use the green glue or whether you use the seal, it really does give you a little bit of time to play with it before you're totally cooked. And now, okay, I'm not totally centered, but it's going to be good enough for government work. That's what my daddy used to say. Okay, so now I'm going to use this and I'm going to pop it there because you see how it does have a little bit of that green showing through, which I didn't really want. And this needs to come down just to like 1/8 of an inch more. So let's get some mini glue dots here. And I prefer, if I can, to just grab it and pull it onto the ribbon. Now I will say this ribbon is very, it's thick. It's also got a lot of texture. Hello, Terry from St. Louis, where the ice cream cone came to be. Well, there you go. Your claim to fame. The home of the ice cream cone. That's a pretty good claim to fame. I'm in San Antonio, and we are the home of the Alamo, which is also a great claim to fame. Okay, so this is going to lay right across here. And that, again, is my favorite way to use this trim because it is just too much to tie. But I will say the other thing I discovered about this, and I could do it on the other one. You know, candy. Okay, there we go. I kind of want I'll just show you what I mean, but because I really want that polka dot on this. But you see, you can just flip it over. You can flip it over and use the back side like that. And depending on what you're putting it on, it works really well. Okay, one more piece of trim. And I will say, you know, I'm doing 2 slightly different cards on this, but, you know, one of the things when I first started stamping and when I first started running classes after I became a demonstrator, I stamped for a couple of years before I became a demonstrator. And I always felt like, you know, if I'm going to make one card, I might as well make 2. Because then I have one for my stash and I have one to send. So, yeah, this ribbon is the bomb. It really is. I was tying some bows with the strands. When you separate the strands on this, they're really nice because they have a lot of body. You know, I love our linen thread. This is a lot like linen thread, but it has a lot more body on it. So it's really, really nice. Okay, so there are our two bases for Christmas themed cards. And okay, now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Oh, you know what I'm going to do before that? I'm actually going to go ahead and put, for the sake of time, I went ahead and did a little bit of, I went ahead and did the table, and I've got a little teapot for it. Isn't that stinking cute? Stinking cute. Okay, so let's get some mini dimensionals. Perfect. And this is one of the reasons I put mini dimensionals in my card club kit for this month. Sometimes if you've never used the minis, you don't know what you're missing. So I felt like that would be a welcome addition to their little kit this month. And snips are somewhere. I'll just use these tips. And I know I don't normally put quite so many dimensionals on, but I don't know, I just felt like I wanted this table to be really secure and really stable. And I liked this little pop of pink here for, because I wanted this to be a little bit of a cheerful card, in the sense of I want to cheer someone up. You know, sometimes when you're doing a You're in My Thoughts, I know a lot of times I do kind of almost a somber, not really somber, but really quiet card. And this card, I wanted this one to be bright and happy and cheerful. Look at that cute little teapot. I think even if you're not a tea drinker, how can you not love a teapot? They're just so cute. So let's see, I think I'm going to do these across the top because I'm going to put a little bit of seal there to sit on my little table. Here we go. And again, you know, I kind of go back and forth, but I really do on my elements like this, I want there to be enough adhesive where it's not going to fly off the card when if somebody takes it in and out of the envelope a couple of times, I don't want it, you know, the little pieces flying off. Okay, now this is ready for some flowers. So let's do a little bit of flower work. And we are going to start here. I'm going to do this right here. And I am going to use these Blends markers. So I'm going to start with my leaves. And I'm going to do a little bit of light and dark Granny Apple Green. And I'm not going to try to use light and dark on each leaf because they're too small. But to be honest, when you vary it and you use a little bit of the light and a little bit of the dark on your leaves, you do get that bit of variety, that bit of difference. I mean, even with that, because there's so much black, you can really, really see the boldness of that green. And so then I'm going to come behind here with some of the other leaves. There's only one or two more. And I'm going to go with the light Granny Apple Green. So I've got a leaf over here, and you'll see how it's just a subtle difference, but it does make a difference. Maybe that's the only leaf I had left. Oh, I guess so. Okay, I did them all. Okay, now let's bring in our darkest color, which should be Cherry Cobbler. I'm using light Cherry Cobbler, and I'm going to go in the center. Look at how deep that is. I'm loving the deepness of that color. So now I'm going to come behind with the next darkest color, which is dark Poppy Parade. And I am going to just blend right over that. Add a little bit here, a little bit here. And I'm going to bring a little bit of this down into the bottom of this flower over here. Doesn't that look Christmassy already? I think it makes it look really happy. You know, I feel like when we send a card with flowers to a friend, it's almost like sending them a bouquet of flowers without having to send them flowers. So these, and I turned that over because I clearly need to replace this blends marker. This is my light Poppy Parade. And I'm filling in, you can see how these reds work so well. So I've got Poppy Parade on here. I have Cherry Cobbler on here. And look how nicely they work together. So I wanted that really deep in the center. And I wanted that really deep on these buds. You know how they're dark, and as they open, they get a little bit lighter. So I'm having the buds a bit lighter, and this flower is just kind of a totally different flower, but I decided to keep it all in the same tones. Now, that other flower with the big kind of pom-pom petals, I'm going to do a little bit different to bring a little different pop of color. So you can see how the shading on this is so effortless. I like to go dark to light and use the light one to just fill in everything, and then it blends everything in. So, hey Diana, I'm glad you joined me, and welcome to Marlene. Now I am going to use dark and light, pretty and pink. Believe it or not, we're going to go pretty and pink, and we're going to bring in another layer right here. You see? And then we're going to use the lightest pretty and pink to color this in completely. And then we're going to use it to kind of just make sure all of those shades of pink and red are all blended together, just like that. See how that pulls that color out and blends it in so we don't have any harsh markings. So that is flower teapot number 1. And then flower teapot number 2, we're going to use this set of flowers. So we're going to go more with the roses. And I can already see I've got a little bit of, and I have a chamois that goes with this mat. Can't find it anywhere. I put it away someplace really secure and now I can't find it, but we will. So now I'm going to use some different reds, because I'm using 2 different red card bases, and I wanted to just vary it. So this one is going to be deeper still, because I'm going to use dark Cherry Cobbler. The last one I used light Cherry Cobbler. This one I'm going to use dark Cherry Cobbler, again, in the center of these roses. And I mean, that is really, really deep, deep red. And now I'm going to come along with light Real Red, and this one is on a Real Red card base, and then I'm going to finish off with dark Flirty Flamingo. Love, love, love these colors. And then I am going to take, probably should have done the leaves first. Sometimes it's hard to tell where a leaf starts and a petal begins. I'm going to use this to hit these little tiny, probably should use the small end. Oh, hang on. Let's finish out this little rosebud here. And then I want to hit these little tiny, to me, I've done these little guys here in green, as if it were a little piece of greenery. And then I've also done them in color. And because I have a lot of green on my card already, I felt like a little bit of Flirty Flamingo was going to give me just exactly what I was looking for. Just some little pops of color in here. Okay, so now we're going to use a deep green, but it's bright. Now, what would look really good with this, hey Yolanda, I'm glad you're here. What would look really good with this is shaded spruce, but I wanted to go a little bit brighter than shaded spruce. So I'm actually going to use our brand new Shy Shamrock. And I'm just going to start with the dark. And these are a little bit small to shade, but yeah, why not? We'll do just a little bit. And this is a very clear, more of a bluey green. And the green in my card is garden green, which is definitely more of a warm green. But, you know, you can mix your warm and cool colors. You just have to be a little bit purposeful with it and kind of play with the colors to see what you like the best. So like I said, I would typically use shaded spruce with these deep reds and with it being a Christmas bouquet, but I felt like this is just a little bit softer. So now let's run these through the mini cut and emboss, and I've got my little dies here, and let's bring this here. Okay, let me clear the decks a little bit, and then I'm going to have a lot of cleaning up to do when I'm done, but that's kind of the way I craft. And I think, you know, it's the way I cook too. Kitchen looks like a cyclone hit when I'm done, but the food tastes great, and it's pretty easy to clean up, so, you know, it's just the way it works. Okay, so let's take this, and I'm not going to do them at the same time. I could, but yeah, no, not when I'm on camera. The platform here is big enough where I could easily, oh, there's a dot on there. There's a dot stuck to my die. So that is very, to me, this bouquet of roses is very traditional Christmas looking. And I'm hoping it's going to cheer someone up when I send it. Okay, am I going through? Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Yep, am I going? Come on. Oh, I'm a little bit cattywampus. Oh, well, no wonder. Okay, let's start again. I was all cattywampus. I do find the key to using the mini cut and emboss with ease is to make sure that your plates are not all the same. You want one to be, oh, there we go. And I'm doing this left-handed, which is not, I'm not left-hand dominant. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Your plates need to be like this or like this. You don't want them all flush with one another, or it does not want to go through. So that one is done, and now we're going to do these. I'm happy to say they're both really bright and vibrant. Definitely have a Christmassy look. That you could use these exact flowers for a great December birthday. You could use this for a thinking of you. You could use this for an anniversary. My parents their wedding anniversary was December the 19th, and that is actually the day that my husband and I had our very first date. So we kind of think of that as an anniversary for us, and the way I'm able to remember it all these years later, we have our 46th wedding anniversary next month. The way we're both able to remember that is because it was my parents' wedding anniversary, so that's really easy to remember. My dad was a real romantic and always did something special for their anniversary. Took my mom out to dinner and dancing, and would buy her something really nice. My dad's love language was definitely gifts. If you've ever read about the love languages, he was definitely gifts. Okay, now let's see what we can do with these flowers. Boom, boom, boom. Personally, I think that's pretty nifty. That is quick, easy. These I just stamped and die cut. I'm going to pop these flowers there. I'm going to put a few dots over here, and you can see how that just comes to life. Now, I think I'm going to use the darker green. I could use the those milky ones. Let's see. Or we could, yeah, I think the brighter greens are going to be a little bit too much. Oh yeah, I think we're going to go with these. So let's go here. And then let's take a small one and bring it right up here. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to put one right in the middle of that flower there. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I haven't put these down yet. Duh. Wow, Candy. Okay, I'm going to put one more because I'm either going to do 3 or 5, and I think 3 was not enough. And let's just put a couple of regular dimensionals on this one. So what do y'all think? I mean, this is my card club kit for this month, but I'm able to make some Christmas themed cards with the exact same supplies. All I did was change out the ink and the card bases and everything else. These are that you get these dots, you get this ribbon. All of these things come in the kit. Now we need one more little one. Let's go here. There we go. You're in my thoughts today. Now, my purpose in this card is I would want to be cheering someone up during the holiday season. So I don't want something that's like super bold and bright, but I want it to be cheerful. And I think I was able to achieve that with this. Now, let's see what we can do with a kind of softish, subtleish. Now I've got another table. I'm going to do exactly the same table and exactly the same teapot, but we are going to do the deeper. Oh, did I not cut those out yet? Oh, I did not cut those. Oh, yes, I did. Hallelujah. So now you can see how this is going to come together. Now I'm not sure I'm going to use this, but this is the same color, and I think it kind of brightens it up. So let's see how we get on. So this time I am going to lay this down flat and pop up the flowers, which I think I probably should have done the first time, but we'll see. I think it's just a different look. So this time I'm going to put the table flush, and then I'm going to put the teapot. Oh yeah, let's pop the teapot up. So we can do one here, and we can do one here, and then we'll put a couple of minis on here. There we go. And where did my scissors go? Let's see. I will grab some snips. So what are you guys doing this weekend? I've got a couple of my demonstrator team leaders are hosting a demonstrator event up in Luling, and they've invited me to come and speak. And I'm also going to run a challenge, so that's going to be fun. So tomorrow I'm going to, oh, that was not right, Candy. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow, my brother, who lives here in town, was a disc jockey for many years in San Antonio, and he is being inducted in the Radio Hall of Fame in August, and they are doing a they're going to tape an interview with him. It's actually Albert Flores, who most of you who are local will know who he is, really well known, kind of a TV, I think Albert was, I think he was weather here in San Antonio for many years. I think he's retired now. So he's going to be coming actually to my house tomorrow because my brother asked if they could use my house for taping. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. And I'm liking that. I don't know that I need. If I do, I think what I'm going to do is cut this. So that's going on tomorrow. And I think, I'm not sure. I need to actually make an appointment to go get my eyes checked, but I really want to go to the movies tomorrow, so we'll see what wins out. If the practical wins out or if it's going to be, now, because my husband already said he's taking me to lunch. So it's like, okay, I haven't made the appointment yet. And my eye doctor's really good about taking walk-ins. So I know I can get in. But I think I might wait for another week for that because I'm just kind of been wanting to see this movie, and I think I'm going to go do that instead. What am I doing here? Did I not put this up on? Why did I do that? I did this backwards. I put the dimensionals here and the seal there. I tell you, it's been one of those evenings where my brain wouldn't. I will chalk it all up to talking to Abby before I came on camera. Right before I came on camera, I had a silly 10-year-old. We were having all kinds of silly, fun conversation. So, let's see. There we go. Let's put this under here. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, I'm liking that leaf. Do I want a little bit more leaf, or do I want to leave it alone? I could put these here, or I could put them down here. Or I could just leave them. So I will let you guys weigh in on whether I should add any more leaves or not. But I think, once again, I'm going to add these white. I really like these white dots. And they kind of, y'all know I like repeating patterns. I like that we have this this patterned polka dots here and polka dots here. And I don't think I want to put them on the flowers. Let's see, there. And then one more little one, maybe over here. Okay, there we go. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. Now to me, that's a Christmas bouquet that I'm sending with. Now, I do have a Christmas greeting here, but these are not Christmas stamps. And I know that for those of us who are demonstrators, we have seen the holiday catalog. It is fabulous. It's coming out in September for people to order from. For those of us demonstrators, we get a whole extra month with it. So we get to start ordering in August. I've already got a lot of plans made, but I wanted to show you what you can do with Candy's Card Club pack. You have everything in here. You have the stamps, you have the paper, you have the dots, you have the trim, and do something totally different with your monthly card kit. So once again, that's what I like to deliver with Candy's Card Club is versatility and variety and value. So the monthly subscription is $42. And if you're not ready to subscribe, you can pay a little bit more and get the kit just for this month. You do get PDF tutorials for all of these. And this is the one that I kind of had to repair. You do get PDF tutorials with step-by-step instructions and all kinds of goodies. And after 6 months, you do get a product gift that's very generous and people really like. So if you go to bit.ly, Candy's Card Club, you will find all the information and the subscription button. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you are inspired. I am glad that I'm getting some love for the cards. I actually just kind of had it in my mind. I had done this, but had to kind of work with the flowers on camera, and I'm really happy with the way that they came out. So if you ever have any requests, I would love to hear them, but I am working on getting a a really strong schedule for my Facebook Lives. I will say some of you will be on with me Tuesday night. I will be here Thursday night, but I will also, before that, I will be here Tuesday night. For anybody and everybody, it's free. I will be doing my Christmas in July with the paper shares from the online exclusives. And some of you ordered the paper shares and you ordered the class kits. So you can craft right along with me. I'll still be at 7 o'clock, but it will be Tuesday night. So I will put up a couple of reminders. I would love for you to come hang out with me. I'm going to be demonstrating 8 cards. And they are quick and easy, and they are all, we have mostly Christmas, a little bit of Halloween, and a little bit of fall. So, all using the new online exclusives products. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.